Will all reform-led councils block the use of HMOs to accommodate asylum seekers? Is that already a policy? Is it something that you're starting to do?
Yes, we were absolutely, all those councillors, all those nearly 700 councillors that were elected back on May the 1st this year, absolutely. And it's quite a debate, isn't it? Because whilst it's the hotels that have the visibility, and that's where the protests happen, in some ways, the HMOs are even worse.
Councils across England are preparing to launch legal challenges to remove asylum seekers from hotels after a landmark High Court ruling in Essex. The case centres on the Bell Hotel in Epping, where the local district council won a temporary injunction preventing the Home Office from housing asylum seekers there. The court agreed with the council that the hotel had become a public safety risk and that its use breached planning laws.
This is the beginning. It is not the end. While we welcome the ruling, we urge residents not to protest or over-celebrate.
The decision is already being described as a precedent, with at least 12 Reform UK-controlled councils pledging to follow Epping's lead. Conservative-run Broxbourne Council in Hertfordshire also said it was urgently seeking legal advice to take similar action.
All 12 councils we control will do everything in their power to follow Epping's lead. People worried about the threat posed by young undocumented males in local hotels should protest peacefully.
The Home Office now faces an immediate problem: finding new housing for dozens of asylum seekers at the Bell Hotel by September 12th. Officials have warned the ruling could substantially impact the government's ability to house more than 32,000 asylum seekers currently living in 210 hotels nationwide. Border Security Minister Dame Angela Eagle sought to reassure communities.
We will continue working with local authorities and communities to address legitimate concerns. Our work continues to close all asylum hotels by the end of this Parliament.
But ministers acknowledged that some hotel contracts stretch until 2029, piling pressure on the government to find alternatives faster than planned. Security Minister Dan Jarvis told the BBC that hotels were never an appropriate solution.
It was quite specific circumstances in Epping. The legal basis was around a planning matter. But yes, we are looking at suitably appropriate alternative accommodation.
Not every council is pursuing the legal route. South Norfolk District Council, for example, said it would use planning rules to prioritise families over single adult males, but would not seek an injunction. The case has become politically charged. Shadow Home Secretary Chris Philp repeated calls for the government to revive the controversial Rwanda deportation plan.
If the Rwanda deterrent were in place, these crossings would have stopped. We wouldn't face the problem of accommodating tens of thousands of illegal immigrants in hotels.
Meanwhile, the Epping case has been inflamed by protests. Thousands gathered outside the Bell Hotel after an asylum seeker was charged with sexually assaulting a 14-year-old girl. Another resident faces charges of multiple assaults. Police say 16 people have been charged after clashes between protesters and counter-demonstrators. The Home Office has warned that rulings like Epping's could act as an impetus for further violent protests.